Like and subscribe.
Hey, this is my episode. 40 days, you know how it is. Logan Paul this Saturday, bro. We all finished, man. Alright, trust me. I'm gonna look at you in the face in that ring. I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah, wait, just you wait, bro. Just you wait. What? Yeah, I'm gonna get used to it. Yeah, cool. You're a pussy. I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah. I don't care, bro. I don't care what you fucking say. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, bro. We'll see, man. Hey, you already know I hit harder than you. I'm more power than you. I'm stronger than you. Mentally, I'm better than you. Yeah. Strength-wise, everything. Hey, yeah. Hey, yo, look, I'm so big and strong. It don't mean shit, bro. As soon as I get in that ring, I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah. Hey, just wait. You're the one that's making this a fucking mockery. All right, you stupid little asshole. Why don't you just make this professional? Like a fucking idiot. Anyway, this is my 40 days. Enjoy. And yeah, in a bit.
Damn. So we just heard there KSI and Logan Paul going at it on the stage. And I've got to be honest, I saw some people in the comments say the same thing, and I actually agree. Listen, KSI, for the first time really in this whole build-up, I've seen KSI proper riled. And you know what? It reminds me of those of you who watched the first fight with KSI, not the first fight, sorry. When those of you who watch KSI versus Joe Weller, KSI now reminds me of Joe Weller. If you remember, cast your minds back to KSI versus Weller. When that happened, KSI was the one who was fun and punking Weller, and Weller was the one who was in his feelings. He was the one emotional. And what happened in that fight? Yeah? KSI spent the whole time clowning Weller. Weller was building up, talking about his depression, talking about his anxiety. He got in the ring, Weller got in the ring and froze. Completely froze. All that anger, all that anxiety just made him freeze. He choked. He's what we call, he bottled it. Yeah? Joe Weller, definition of bottled it. And KSI did his thing. Even though he's sloppy, but he still did his thing, because Joe Weller just stood there as a heavy bag. Now, the reason I give you that background is to say that, listen, what do we know now? I've got to be honest, Logan Paul is coming across the one who's relaxed and the one who's having a good time. KSI, on the other hand, he's starting to lose his rag, and I don't care what no one says, even you KSI fangirls, you got to admit, it's on your screen. Your man looks uptight. He looks, why can't you be professional? What does it matter if he's being professional or not? I think that the scale of the situation's getting on top of KSI, if I'm honest, because there's no head guard this time. There's no head guard and there's smaller gloves. Now, the reason that's relevant is this. KSI got his head boxed off last time with clean shots. Them clean shots without headgear and with smaller gloves. I'm not sure his Clark will be able to take them shots. On the other hand, KSI, he ain't got no technique. He's still swinging, and it's a shame because Vidal, I don't rate Vidal at all. I've got another video coming soon of Shannon Briggs punking Vidal, but Vidal ain't no good as a trainer. He's only 3-0 himself. How can a man who's 3-0 train someone else? Don't get me wrong. For a YouTube fight, it's cool. Yeah, if KSI was fighting other YouTubers, Logan Paul isn't really another YouTuber. If you look at his technique, he's got a very well-schooled technique. I don't know how he's got that, but he has. He's very natural in the ring. He's got that kind of, like, Klitschko kind of style. Low lead hand, and he's tight with it. His technique is tight. KSI, on the other hand, he swings and unorthodox isn't the right word. As an example, Nassim Hamed, Prince Nassim, he was unorthodox, but he knew he had good coordination. He was a professional boxer. KSI looks like a brawler, a man who doesn't know how to box, a brawler, a street brawler, a man who's never had a fight in his life. That's how he boxes. And as I said, it's a shame because into the build-up, we hear about KSI's training with Team Mayweather and all this kind of business, as if being around the Mayweathers doesn't mean you're going to fight anything like them. We've seen the whole of the Mayweather camp knocked out, more or less. Floyd Mayweather's the only one under Mayweather Promotions who doesn't get knocked out. Simple as that. Andrew Tabiti, one of their best ones, someone who Vidal Riley himself has trained with, got knocked out. Badu Jack, knocked out. All these top people, knocked out. 100%. So the fact that KSI, I think's relying way too much on this affiliation with the Mayweathers. And besides, it's clearly not rubbing off, because they released a clip of KSI so-called knocking someone out. He knocked out this fat, untrained, weird-looking dude. Yeah, KSI knocked out some fat random dude who don't know how to box. And in that clip, not only, in fact, just quickly, when after KSI knocked him out, his whole team were getting gassed about it, as if he knocked out someone who was an athlete, or someone who was a good boxer, someone who was a pro boxer. That dude was no good. The man that KSI knocked out was fat and useless. And by the way, he was nothing like Logan Paul. In as much as Logan Paul's an athlete, no matter what you want to say, he's an athlete. He's trained and he's got power, and he's got a good bit of technique on him as well. Especially for a man, you got to remember that first fight, he was only boxing for 2 or 3 months. In terms of, for a man who's only boxed for 3 months, he looked amazing, and he's got another year in the bag now as well, by the way. Meanwhile, KSI, as we saw in that footage, he has not improved. Look how sloppy his punches are when he so-called knocks out that man. He's slapping still. He's just throwing slappy shots, and I don't think that's going to cut it against Logan Paul. This time, Logan's had a full year, whereas last time, KSI was the one who'd had a full year in the bag. I just don't think KSI's got the IQ. Yes, don't get me wrong, he's got the heart rate, he's got the cardio. In terms of cardio, I'd have to back KSI. However, we don't know. Logan seems confident that he's fixed that issue. So we really don't know here. KSI's only chance is that Logan hasn't fixed his cardio issue. His only chance. And don't get me wrong, it's quite a big chance in that sense. It could be, cardio is a key thing. Look at Anthony Joshua, for example. He often struggles with that. So there's a good chance that Logan Paul won't be able to fix it. But we have to give him his dues here. Or we have to, based on what I observe here, KSI looks rattled. He looks like the occasions is finally dawning on him that he's fighting a man who's bigger than him, better technique, more power. I just don't see what KSI talks about, how I'm going to run through the punches. That's not a great strategy. In boxing, not many people have been able to pull that one off. Even Mike Tyson. Casuals who don't know boxing will say, oh, well, Mike Tyson did it. Mike Tyson had supreme footwork and also a very tight defense. KSI sloppy. He just slaps as well. He's got no power. And you got to remember, these smaller gloves and no headgear, that's not only going to benefit Logan because of the power, it's also going to benefit Logan because of the what's the word? It's also going to benefit him because of the cardio. When you've got headgear on, that's an extra couple of pounds of weight your body's got to carry. When you've got heavier gloves on, that's more weight. So now if they've got less weight, that will mean that Logan Paul doesn't run out of gas as quickly. And also, it's going to benefit him because he's the power puncher. We know for a fact KSI don't hit hard, he slaps. And that's why I blame Vidal. Vidal really ain't no good trainer. His dude's still slapping and swinging like a girl. Yeah? And I hate to say it, you UK fans who back KSI, your man's getting knocked out, in my opinion. As long as Logan don't run out of gas, your boy's getting knocked out. And he knows it as well now. Listen to his voice. KSI's riled. He's looking like Joe Weller out here. He's not relaxed at all. He's not enjoying it. Logan, in my opinion, is enjoying it. He's too big, too strong. Now, if KSI pulls it off, fair play to him. He must have. God knows, he must. I don't. Like I say, the only way I can see him winning is if Logan Paul's wheels fall off. Anyway, bottom line is, Logan's in his head now. Yeah, it's too late. KSI is trying to make himself believe that I've got the power. You haven't got the power. You got no power. Got no power, no speed. Logan's gonna have your number. You're gonna get your jab. You're gonna get your head jabbed right off. Anyway, you man, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts.